Hi, my name is Chef Neil Rollins. I'm with BlackTie Catering, and today we're going to cook braised beef short rib and creamy grit shooters. Growing up in Louisiana, there was a lot of men cooking, and having exposure to that and eating all types of wild game, and so like oysters, alligator, and crawfish and deer, it really did open me up and allow me to see that there really aren't any boundaries around what you can cook and what can taste good. So that really has inspired us and kind of given us an ability to be a little more cutting edge with our food. So we're gonna get our pan hot. So I'm gonna take some extra virgin olive oil, turn the heat on our Dutch oven. I'm gonna add the oil in, okay? I'm gonna let this get hot. First thing we're gonna do is actually we're gonna create a dry rub for the short rib. All right, and what this does is it allows us to add additional flavors without over salting it. So what we can do is we can add in little meat seasoning here. It's actually called Meat Magic. It's from Chef from Louisiana. I am from Louisiana. I am partial to Louisiana seasonings. I'm gonna add in a little garlic, some onion, salt and pepper, okay? My business partner and I, we had been cooking together kind of as amateurs for several years, starting in 2000, well actually 1999 and 2000. And in 2009, we give a shot at cooking and catering actually. So it was a passion of ours. We kind of done it together for a long time. It just started to roll, and I got to give my business partner Spencer credit for that, because he was really pounding the pavement, just telling people we were caterers, and then finally somebody bit. We got our first catering gig. Didn't quite make too much money on it, but we were bit by that bug and really started to dive into head first the whole culinary scene here in Atlanta, and trying to learn how we could master our craft and take what we had learned as kids. We're gonna take our short rib, nice big hunks, and you season every side but the bone side. We're gonna bring these back over to our pot. We're gonna put these face down, or meat side down. And as we're doing that, you'll start to hear this sizzle a little bit. All right, the aromatics are our vegetables, which we're going to add in to help make our braising liquid. So I'm going to use, I'd say about 3 or 4 of these tomatoes. You can just do a rough chop on them. I've already pre-chopped some of these carrots, onions, and celery. I'm going to go ahead and add those in. I have 3 or 4 peeled cloves of garlic. All right, I'm going to add that in to our processor here and let that puree down to a pulp. Like I said, we're a catering company, so people hire us when they want to entertain, they want to show off. Our approach is different because we cook as if we're cooking for people we love, and it's not a job for us. So when I say it's a passion, we cook like we cook at home. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to start the cream and the milk for our grits. I'm going to add in some butter. Don't be shy with the butter, all right? I'm going to go ahead and grab my plate. I'm going to take the short ribs out and let them rest. All right, I'll take them out. You see that beautiful color we have on there? So we've got this puree. If you look at that, okay? So that's got your garlic, your onion, your celery, your carrots, okay? We're going to add that to the pot that we just seared those short ribs in. And see, they're starting to already sizzle. We're going to let those cook down a little bit. So we've got these nice juicy bits on the bottom here. We're actually going to use this liquid to start pulling some of that good flavor up. So we're going to actually add a dry red wine. I'm adding beef base here, okay? And what this is going to do is going to give you a nice deep flavor. All right, we're going to let that come to a boil, but we're also going to add in a little more of this beef stock. But more so, you're concerned about how good it tastes and how people are going to be affected by the food when they have it. Are they going to enjoy themselves? Are they going to remember it? Is it going to be a memorable experience? And that's what drives us. That's what drives kind of how we approach food. All right, now I'm just transitioning over to our milk, butter, and cream mixture here. And they're just about ready for us to add our grits. So this pot's about good and ready. We're going to add our short ribs back to that, okay? Get them nice and nestled down here in the juice. Put them meat side down. And you just saw me turn the heat back up on these. So we're gonna let those cook a little bit. I'm gonna put the lid back on there, leaving just a little room for air. All right, we're gonna let them cook like that for about 5 minutes, okay? While they're doing that, once they get done, we're gonna put them in the oven. So preheat your oven at 375, okay? So when they're ready and they're done doing that little braising mix, you can put them in the oven and let them finish cooking down. So last thing we're gonna do before we throw these in the oven is we're gonna add a few bay leaves. When somebody's putting the spoon to their mouth or the fork to their mouth, you're like, all right, are they gonna like it? Are they gonna smile? Are they gonna like, you know, you're looking for that reaction. And I don't care, anything you're doing, you want that recognition. You want people to recognize the work that you're doing and like it. And so in cooking and about being a chef, you get that like instantaneously. We already have our grits in here. Add a little bit of this chopped up beef short rib. Gonna get some of the leftover jus here, some of the bits of those vegetables. Gonna garnish, a little bit of chive, add your fork. There you have it. Braised beef short rib and creamy grit shooter. One of the things we try to do is how can we get really, really kind of traditional heavy foods into small bites. And so creating a beef short rib and creamy grit shooter is our attempt at giving somebody, you know, our version of a meat and potato. Food is an art form, and just like you do with most visual arts, you eat with your eyes first. When people see our food, they have an experience, just like they do when they see a piece of art, right? It just so happens we're lucky enough that we can take that experience a little bit further, and you can taste it.